Hey guys, welcome back. Jerry once again here at Hilltop Firearms Training Center in Dover, Tennessee. Thanks for watching. I got to thinking the other day about something and I wanted to kind of pose it to you, and then if you will, post your comments below with your thoughts and the reasons behind them. Basically the question is, with as many firearms schools across America, with as many instructors teaching so many different tactics, techniques, and methods of shooting, including shooting styles, which one is correct? And if you really think about it, like myself included, I've gone to a lot of schools in the almost past 2 decades. I'd go to one school, instructors are telling you to do this or that, and then you do it. And then you go to another school and all of a sudden you're hearing, well, don't do it this way, that doesn't work, but you just spent 2 days and shot 1,500 rounds doing it this way. So I guess the question is there such a thing as a one-size-fits-all when it comes to training? I really have to wonder about some of the schools that I've gone to, even this past year, where I started thinking about, how many ways can you teach a person how to operate a firearm? How many ways is there to press the trigger and make hits on, say, a paper target? So what I'd want to kind of pose to you is, how do you choose which tactic, method, or technique is the right one? Or is there such a thing? Now, I guess my point to this is there's a lot of schools that will say, well, this is the only way to do it. This is the best way to do it. This is proven. So do it this way. Is that necessarily correct? To a point, there has to be standardization. There has to be a series of standards that are set to where each student does a certain task and they do it correctly. But then again, it's kind of like the martial arts. If you've seen any really good martial artist, they have studied under different masters. They have developed over time their own fighting style. Many of the greats, Bruce Lee, many of the greats took what they felt was the best and then created their own style. Is that the same case when it comes to firearms training? For instance, let's just talk real quick about a couple of examples. How to even reload your pistol will be pushed on you, say, in a 2-day class. This is the way we do it. This is the only way. We recommend you do it this way. Then you go to another school, and that instructor, highly respected in the industry, is telling you something completely different. So you kind of have to think, well, how do you choose what is best? And is there really what I guess could be determined or defined as the best way? I think there are varying degrees of tactics, methods, and techniques that work, but one size fits all? I don't think so. Not when it comes to, as long as that shooter can accomplish the task safely and efficiently. What do you think about that? One school X teaches when you're reloading the pistol, it's the power stroke method. So the slide has gone to slide lock. The magazine comes out, fresh mag comes in. From here, we come over the top of the pistol, grab the serrations, pull back, let it rock forward, and roll back into your grip. Power stroke method works. We teach it here. But is that the only way? Is that the only way you should do it? Would you agree, whether or not you do, just post your comments below, would you agree that the reloading technique is also based on the style of firearm perhaps you're shooting or carrying? For instance, let's talk about the Beretta M9 or the old 90s series Smith & Wesson pistols that had the ambidextrous slide mounted decock levers. The Beretta, for instance, goes all the way through, has a lever on both sides of the pistol's rear part of the slide. I have seen folks in classes go to do a reload. Magazine goes in, they come over the top, they grab the back of the slide, pull back and release, and roll back into their grip, go to press the trigger, and they have inadvertently decocked the pistol because of the little paddle levers that are on the slide. Now, some folks will say, yeah, but you can work through that, but there are certain ways around that. Does it really matter as long as the shooter can bring that pistol in, get that magazine in? What if they have, like on the Beretta for instance, a very large slide release with a large shelf on the side that is designed to be actuated with your thumb, or however you are shooting that pistol? But could that not be just as effective as saying the power stroke method? See, you go to one class and they tell you, well, if you're running this gun, you know, you don't need to be using those slide levers because you're going to be, you're going to lose fine motor skills, and slide lock levers and releases, sometimes you're not going to find it, but you're always going to find it here. I agree, but I agree on certain guns. I think you have to think about that. For instance, the Glock series of pistols, that is a slide lock lever. It's not a slide release lever. And you got these other aftermarket companies making large, very aggressive buttons on the side. Well, that was originally designed to simply lock the pistol open. Does it matter as long as you can effectively reload your pistol? Which method is correct? Something as simple as, in the industry nowadays, a lot of schools that I've gone to teach various ways to reload your, say, AR-15. Which one is right? Now, there comes a time when, say like in my case, you have gone to so many schools, after a while, you go to this school and you go in with an open mind and you're like, yeah, let's do some shooting, let's do some training, I want to pick up some new things along the way. But you kind of leave on day 2 thinking, well, what did I really learn? Did I take anything with me? Did I learn? Sometimes I feel there has to come a time where you pick and choose what works and develop your own shooting style. Do you agree? Do you feel like this method is the only way and this is how it has to be done? Or do you think there is some flexibility when it comes to the way we learn? What if you're an older shooter or you have certain physical limitations? Does that affect how you operate, say, trying to perform a shooting drill? What's your opinion on this, guys? Is it a one-size-fits-all, or is it better to develop your own shooting style? Because if all of these schools and all of these instructors are all claiming to teach the right thing, but they sort of conflict, who's right? If you will, post your comments below. As always, I thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you soon on the range.